Welcome everyone. So today we are having a special session because we're talking about our growth. Sometimes in life we may get fracked out and then we may feel like there's no need to be doing all that we need to do to become better. But today our discussion of tonight is focus on self-development, personal development, how to develop yourself to become that person that you ought to be. That means we are not okay with just how we are now. We want to become better, and we want to get to that level that we are yearning for more in every aspect of our lives. So today we are talking about how to scale up or scaling up through personal development. So it's about we stepping up, it's about you attaining a new level, it's about you leaving your present status quo, your present state, and then stepping up into a new level, stepping up into a greater dimension. Now, not only spiritually, but in every aspect of our lives. So today we are talking about how to scale up through personal development. We have our guest speaker who will be joining us shortly. But first, let's interact, let's talk. You as a person, what is personal development to you? Before our guest speaker gets to join us, what's personal development to you? You as a person, what's personal development to you, and how can you develop yourself personally? So what's personal development to you? How can you develop yourself personally? Does anyone have any instances they would like to share with us? You can share with us. Is there anyone that would like to join me live or drop in the comment section? You can drop in the comment section. Is there anyone? What is personal development? What is personal development to you? Is there anyone that would like to contribute to this? Okay, so while we still anticipate our guest speaker, while we are still expecting her, okay, so personal development. Personally, this study is very important to me, or it's something I find really interesting, because my life thus far, everything I've done have become what it is as a result of my personal desire and pursuit to develop myself. Yes, because there are times that you will just it will seem like there are times that it will seem as if you are just stuck in at the spot. So it is your desire, your hunger to step up that will help you to build, to desire to launch out into another level. Okay, so as a way of defining it, personal development is looking inward and focusing on ways to make yourself better. Looking inside of you. So I look inside of me and I'm like, what do I need? What in me is not going right? What in me can I adjust? What in me can I work on? What in me needs a little more touch? So you look inside of you and then you ask yourself, how can I be better? That means there's a dissatisfaction inside of you, that you know that I am not okay where I am. I know that there is something more, and so that's why I'm desiring to become better. I want to develop myself to become better. Personal development is all about increasing your self-awareness. I have known myself, okay, to be this kind of a person. I know that this is what I can do, but how about, can I really do more than this? Is there something else I can try to do again? That's what personal development is all about. So you're trying to see how to discover yourself, to know that there is more inside of you. What you have at the moment is not enough. What you have at the moment is not enough. So you desire for something more. Personal development will help you to understand who you are. It will help you build your self-esteem, because by the time you know that, okay, I can do this thing, I am better than this, I have the ability to do this thing, I know that I can either get trained or get to learn from someone, I can become better. That knowing alone increases your self-esteem. So by the time you get to see other people that are probably doing one thing or the other similar to what you can do, you already have that. No, you're not feeling bad that, okay, I'm a nobody and don't know how to do anything. It helps to build your self-esteem. It increases your skills, because as you're going out, you're trying to learn, you're trying to develop yourself, you're trying to be better, your skills is being developed. And apart from that, it helps you fulfill your aspirations. So imagine you say, okay, you want to be a presenter, a TV host, one thing or the other, and then you get to pursue towards, okay, building your public speaking skills. And after building that, you see that you have satisfaction, because you are fulfilling your aspirations, your goals, your drive. You're fulfilling that which you really want to do in life. So you see that in life we have so many areas that we may want, that we delight to grow in. So many areas. You see some persons have so many, which is directly linked to our needs, according to your needs, according to the things that you desire to own, to have. So you see, we try to start. The speaker is here, so she will join us hopefully soon. Yeah, so apart from that, there are different aspects where we can develop ourselves. There are different aspects where we can develop ourselves, and there are different aspects where we can develop ourselves. We can develop ourselves mentally. So while we wait for our guest speaker, should be joining us soon. So one aspect that you need to develop yourself personally is mentally. Your mental, your knowledge, what you know, how you think. That's why you see someone that will say, I used to know this, I used to think life is like this, but all of a sudden I just understood that life is not like that. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things no longer work as I thought it used to work. Yes, that is what, because something has happened to you. It's because something has happened to you, and then something has happened to you, and then you know that, okay, there is a change. Okay, I'm trying to accept our guest speaker's request, but I think network is not allowing her coming. Okay, ma, you can send your request again. Let me try to accept it so you can join us. So mentally, how do you, even the Bible in Romans 12 verse 1, it said, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. By the time you get to renew your mind, you throw away the things that are stale, and then you keep the things that are right. It's very important. I was listening to Joshua Solomon some days back, and he said one of the things in life that you should focus on, one thing that if you do, it will bring a lot of others, is what renew your mind. How do you think? How do you, and that comes, that leads to the things, the feedback you get. What do you listen to? Yes, your mental state have to be right. It's not just everything you get to listen to. It's not every conversation you get to um, get involved in. There are some things that you should, for the sake of your mental health, there are some things you shouldn't listen to. There's some things you shouldn't do. You shouldn't, some places you shouldn't go. Some people you shouldn't even interact with for the sake of your mental health. You're supposed to ensure that already, Nigeria is going through a lot of things. Some persons, Twitter is a wild space. Some persons, they dwell on Twitter, they dwell on social media, and they are reading all sorts of things. It's affecting their thinking. They're saying, it's not possible. And then whatever you keep feeding your mind with affects your thinking, affects your mental state. If you keep saying, okay, no, in Nigeria there's no money, nothing is happening, and all, you may just remain at that level. So with all the insecurity, you just keep, if you don't renew the things that stay up there, the things that stay in your mind, you might continue to think that way. So our mental development is very important. So you have to develop yourself mentally. Read books, listen to things, you're thinking, meditate, have time to sit down, think about your life. Okay, now look at the first half of the year is coming to an end. You should be able to sit down, have a time of mental meditation, that you get to sit down and say, okay, from January to June, what have I done, what have I achieved, and how have my life been? Did I just live the first 6 months doing nothing? Are there things I should have done that I didn't do? That way you are renewing your thinking, and then it makes you to be innovative. It makes you to get to plan better. It makes you to step up into another level. So our mental development is very, very important. Another form of personal development that you have to do is social development. Your relationship with people. There are people that they say, okay, they are scared of the crowd. They are scared of interacting with people, with meeting people. And then I tell them, then there's no way you're going to grow, because there is a lot that is related, that is directly and indirectly related to the people you meet. Now, okay, Joshua, someone was saying something yesterday when I was listening to him, and he said, yesterday or 2 days ago, and he said, God's blessings God does not bring his blessings himself. God's blessings blessings comes from God through men to men. Blessings come from God through men to men. So if you're waiting for whatever blessing, for connection, for one thing or the other, God will not come down himself to give you. He will give it to a man. He will speak to a man. He will tell a man, hey, bless this person. Hey, give this person this thing. So it has to, all blessings from God comes through men to men. All blessings come through men. All blessings from God comes through men to men. I think the network is bad. Still trying to have our guest speaker join us. I'm trying to accept her request, but it's not going through. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. So you have to build that social, you have to develop yourself socially. There's some people that cannot attend certain occasions. There's some people that even to attend the occasion, they don't know how they're supposed to dress. They don't know how they're supposed to step into the occasion. They don't know how they're supposed to relate to people. They don't know how to dine and wine in an occasion. So you limit yourself, and the thought of, okay, I don't want to attend this occasion because the kind of people that are attending, it's already a limiting factor for you. So if you can tell yourself, okay, I'm going to show up, I'll show up well, I'll dress up well. Just like the saying that goes, you address the way you're dressed. If you're well dressed, you address yourself very well, adorn yourself very well, and then you go in.
People may not even know. I was having a discussion with someone on Sunday, and I said, see, some of the people you see out there, and you feel like, this kind of person is looking like this. I can't be like this person. This person is looking so wealthy. This person is having all the expensive clothes. So many of them may not necessarily wear expensive clothes, but it is the courage, it is the way they put themselves together. You see, they attend an occasion, and then the way they carry themselves, whatever you carry yourself is the way people will carry you. You can be wearing a clothes that is not even up to a good amount, and then you just feel like the way you position yourself, people are like, who is this person? They're trying to know. And then there can be someone that's very wealthy wearing all the expensive clothes, but because the person is not organized, they can feel like, this one, what does this one even have? Why this one? The person might be wearing clothes worth thousands and thousands of naira, jewelry worth millions of naira, but it is the way they present themselves. So in preparing yourself, in developing yourself socially, learn how to interact with people, learn how to network, learn how to introduce yourself, learn how to introduce yourself. You cannot introduce yourself the same way in every occasion. No, you can't. You cannot introduce yourself the same way. There's a place you will enter, and there's some skills you have that's what you're going to present to other people, to tell them, okay, this, I am the founder of so business, I'm the CEO of so place, or I am this, I am. And there's a way you will package whatever you have that people will accept you. You'll be socially accepted. So it is very important that you learn social skills. Learn how to use cutleries. Imagine you're invited to a dinner. How will you use cutleries? Learn the difference between different glasses, a wine glass, a water glass, different things. These are social etiquettes. Hopefully we'll be having, in one of our shows, we're going to be having someone come teach us on etiquette, so you know how to talk as a lady, how to eat in the public, how to act in the public, and a lot more. So just learn social etiquette, because you will have to continue meeting people, you have to continue interacting with different people at different points in time. So if you are not able, if you don't learn all of those skills, you always feel intimidated. Imagine, ask yourself, imagine that you step into an occasion, and then you meet someone like, okay, maybe let's use famous Mercy Chinwo, and then you meet Mercy Chinwo. How will you approach her? What will you have to tell her? So it's not like, no, I can't even talk to someone like that. Can you stretch forth your hand to have a handshake with someone like her? So it's very important that you build that skill. It's very important that you get to, it's very important that you build that social skills, how to interact, your communication, how to communicate with people. So it's very important that you build your communication skills. How do you speak? How do you speak in public? How do you speak in an occasion? How do you speak when you are with people? The different, depending on the type of person that you are with, how do you get to present yourself. Also, in developing your social skills, your developing yourself socially, you need to develop problem solving skills. How do you solve problems in public? How do you solve problems when you're with different people? It is very important. You need to develop how to solve problems. You need to develop how to build relationships. You need to develop how to build relationships. You need to get to the point that you have people that you can call at any time to do anything for you. People that you can talk to at any time to help you with one thing or the other, and they will gladly help you. Building relationships is very important. Relationships are the ladder that we climb to success. Relationships are ladders, or like a ladder that you climb to success. So if you say, no, I want to be successful on my own, I don't need anybody, I don't need to talk to anybody, I don't need to interact with anybody, then you're lying. You won't be able to grow. You you won't be able to get to that point that God wants you. It's very important, because even Jesus himself, when he wanted to come to earth as a man, what did God do? They had to desire that what a virgin, for him to go through a virgin. There was a need for someone. You will always need people, so it's very important for you to build what? Relationships. Another aspect is social skill that you can build, something to help you build your social, to develop yourself socially, is how to accept feedback. This one is very hard for us as humans, because we always feel that I'm always right. But what if what you're doing is not right? What if what you're doing, someone is trying to correct you, someone is trying to tell you that, oh, this thing you're doing, I think you're wrong in this way, or you did this but it didn't really come out nice. Will you accept it? Or you say, no, 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 don't correct me, I don't want anything, don't talk to me, I'm just fine the way I am. So we should be able to accept feedback, constructive feedback, any form of feedback, accept it. It's not always easy, truly. We are always, as humans, we are always tempted to be on the defensive side. You want to always defend yourself, to say, no, 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 I'm right, I'm okay. In fact, this, I did this because of this, or I did this for this and that. We are always wanting to be on the defensive side. But then we need to know that feedbacks is what helps for growth. Feedbacks helps for growth. In Proverbs, it says, anyone that is not able to accept correction, that is not able to get feedback, it's that person is not wise. So if you're wise, you accept feedback for whatever you're doing. It could be in your business, in your career, in your job, your place of work. Then you get to ask, oh, can I know, how is my attitude at work? In fact, I remember the company where I was working some time ago, and we had the company where we were working some time ago, we had a retreat. So usually we have that retreat either quarterly for us to plan for the company and everything. And then in that, there's a period we do have of like a hot seat. Everybody, you come out and then you sit down, and then when you sit down, they'll get to ask questions, they'll get to ask you questions, they get to talk to you, they get to ask you questions, they give you feedback, rather they get to give you feedback. Okay, who is this person in the office, how has she been, what are the areas that she needs to correct? Feedbacks are very, very important. It helps you to build. So a way to develop yourself socially is for you to learn how to get feedback. So we are still expecting our guest speaker. We hope that her network will allow her join us shortly. Yes, expecting her request so we can bring her in. Okay, so another way you can develop yourself, another point of personal development is what is emotionally. You need to learn to develop yourself emotionally. Let me give an example of myself. I am that type that I have liquid eyes. If you know what liquid eyes means, liquid eyes means you can easily cry. Yes, so I can easily cry at every point. So I remember one day that something happened, and on the road I started crying. And I was like, why are you crying? Like, it was so painful that I had. But you need to get to that point that it's not like crying is bad, yes, but there are some things that can happen to you that you need to build that emotional stamina. You should be able to build yourself such that you are able to withstand certain things. You need to learn even emotional intelligence. You need to know how to interact with people, the way people think. You need to know the way people think. You need to understand how to bounce back. You need to have bounce back ability. That means something happened to me, how long should I stay there? Should I continue? Probably because I lost someone, or I lost some money, and then I lost the only 2k I had, my highest 2k, and then all of a sudden I came down. Probably you came down from a bus, and then the 2k has disappeared. So should you mourn for 1 week or for 1 month on that 2k? Bounce back ability. It's the ability for you to bounce back. It will help you a lot, because see, your life will not always throw at you the things that you want. Life will not always throw at you the things that you want. Life will sometimes give you things that you don't want, but it's for you to tell yourself, hey, you have failed at this point, this didn't go well, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. So you tell yourself, I was okay, probably I wanted to do this business, I had put so much money, but it didn't work. Or probably I wanted partnering with this person, or I thought this thing, I thought I would get the admission, I thought I would get the job, I thought I would get it. Bounce back and then still strive. Go back and apply. Probably you applied for a scholarship and then it didn't come true. You should be able to get to that point that you say, hey, I failed, but I'm not staying there. I failed, but I'm not staying there. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to step up. So that's what bounce back ability is. So you need to develop that emotional stamina. You should be able to build that emotional stamina. I remember then, in my workplace, in the company where I was working, my boss then, and he did all of that to build me up. Because sometimes I will do some things and I don't do them well, and he will scream, he will shout, he will talk, and then I will go back into my shell, and I'll be like, nobody likes me, I don't want to do this again, I'm not going to try this again because I failed. But I had to get to the point where I told myself that, see, you need to understand that build yourself emotionally. You don't have to always squeeze in when people get to give you feedback or when something happens to you. That will help you a lot. Okay, let's go to physical. How to personal development. Your physical, your health is your wealth, as is always said. Your health is your wealth. A healthy body nourishes a healthy mind. If you're not healthy physically, you may not be strong enough to do other things. So it is very important that we focus on our health. Know when you need to shut down. Know when it's time for you to stop doing what you're doing. When it's time for you to probably take care of yourself. Eat when you need to eat. Exercise when you need to exercise. Do the things that you need to do for your health. Know when you need to shut down. If you keep yourself nourished physically, other aspects too will be functional. There's no point pursuing money, other things, and then you're down in your health. You're down in health. Even the Bible in 3 John verse 2 says, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health. That means our health is very, very important. If it wasn't important, the Bible will not even mention it. So it's very important. And then lastly, we need to build what? Another aspect that we can build ourselves is spiritually. Spiritually. Yes. You can build yourself spiritually. You can develop yourself spiritually. But at the point where when you're born again, you don't have to remain there. You can grow. That's why the Bible says grow in grace. You grow. So if you are still the same person when you gave your life to Christ 5 years ago, 10 years, it's just like a baby. If a baby, you give birth to a baby and the baby is still crawling for how many years? You'll be bothered, even as a mother. You'll be like, what's happening? No, you're better than this. You'll be bothered. You take the baby to the hospital, you tell the doctor the baby doesn't eat well, the baby is supposed to have grown more than this. You'll be concerned. So that is how it is, even spiritually. So even that's why it's very important that you grow. If what has your relationship been with God since you gave your life to Christ? Are you just that person that you go to church, you come back, and then do you hear God? Can you hear God? If not, how can you hear God? How much of the Bible can you study in a day? How long can you spend to pray in a day? And that's why, just like we said before, your social development matters. The people you meet, when you meet people, you become motivated. It will give you more motivation to say, okay, I can be better. I've seen this person. Probably it could even be a junior person. I don't know if you've been in that situation where you get to meet a junior person and you feel like, wow, this person is junior to me and she can do this and even more. And you'll be challenged. So that's why we meet people, so that we are challenged to become better. We are challenged to become better. Now, why is it important? Why is personal development important? Why is personal development important? We are still hoping that our guest speaker will still be able to join us. Why is personal development important? It's important because it increases your self-awareness. Imagine that I did not know that probably I can probably do something like this. I can talk to people. You will still be in the dark. And you know, opportunities come to people that have known themselves. If you've known yourself and you've accepted that, yes, I can do this thing, yes, I can do this thing, you see that you even get to have more opportunities. So personal development brings about self-awareness, increases your self-esteem. If there's any aspect of your life that's making you feel bad about yourself, that's a pointer that you need to develop that area. It's a pointer that you need to develop that area. Any area that makes you feel bad, intimidated. No, we're not talking about the carnal comparison. The Bible says them comparing themselves with themselves, they are not wise. We're not talking about carnal comparison, but something that you know that you have the ability, God has put the ability in you to do, and then you are not yet doing it. Then you tell yourself, yes, I'm going to. It will help you to build your self-esteem. Also, it will help you to gain mental fitness in your mind. You get to be fit. You get to be okay. You get to be balanced mentally. It increases your resilience. Imagine that you get to know that you can do something that you thought you could not do before. It makes you feel encouraged. You tell yourself, yes, oh, if I can do this thing, that means I can do more. It gives you reason for you to even do more. So that's what self-development does to you. By the time you've developed yourself, you say, oh wow, I could not imagine that I could actually do this. I could actually do that presentation. I did it. That means I can talk to a crowd. Imagine that you've been so shy to talk to a crowd. So, but it gives you that reason to say, oh wow, I can talk to a crowd. And then self-development it increases your knowledge and your learn skills. By the time you go for a training, you do one thing or the other, increases your knowledge, it increases your self skills. It also increases your personal and professional relationship with people. It increases your personal and professional relationship with people. So self-development is personal development is very, very important. Personal development is very, very important. Now, what are the skills we need to develop for ourselves? What are the 6 steps to developing yourself personally? What are the 6 steps? 1, identify the areas where you are lacking behind that you need to improve. Identify, is it in your social your social life? Is it that you cannot interact well with people? What's the aspect you need to develop? Yes, if it's your social life or mental, do you need to read more books? Do you need to attend more conferences? Do you need to attend more trainings? What is it that you need to do? And then also get someone you can be accountable to, someone you can talk to and say, oh, I want to develop myself in this aspect. Can I be accountable to you on it? Can I report to you? Because when you're accountable, accountability keeps you on track. Accountability keeps you on track. But by the time you're doing it by yourself, any day you like, you don't read. Any day you like, you don't do what you want to do. But if you are accountable to someone, then you will be on your toes to grow, to become better. Also, you need to create a structure for your growth in the aspect that you want to grow. Assuming yours is mentally, you just want to change your mind, the way you think. Look for books that talks about how to renew your mind, books on how to think very well. If you know that you've been having the poverty mentality, that it's not possible for you to have 10 million naira, it's not possible for you to have 100 million naira, then you can go for books like Think and Grow Rich, books that will sharpen you. So you draw out a plan, the things you want to learn, the things you want to do, yes, the aspects you want to grow and become better. Then much more than that, be honest about your progress. Be honest about your progress. Okay, you tell yourself, I told myself I want to be reading 2 chapters of the Bible every day, or 1 chapter every day. Ababi, you read only some verses. Be honest to yourself and say, hey, this thing, I'm not doing it very well, I need to step up. That's why an accountability partner in developing yourself will help you a lot. Because as the things you're not doing well, when you get to tell the person will get to tell you, oh, this aspect, yes, do this, do that, and then you know that somebody is going to question you, so you're on your toes to do what you're supposed to do. So accountability helps you a lot in developing yourself. Be honest to yourself. Tell yourself, don't go and start. That's why it's good to set smart goals. Don't go and say, I want to read 50 chapters of the Bible a day. No, you may not be able to do that. Don't say I want to do 50 chapters of the Bible a day. Go with something that you know that you can go with at a particular pace. So growth is gradual. There's a process, there's a growth process for everybody. Don't think that all of a sudden you will become that person. No, it's in doing and being effective with and faithful to the little that you increase to become better. So it's very important that you're honest to yourself, be aware, tell yourself the truth. Where are you failing? Continually analyze yourself. Like we said at the beginning of this show today, we said even as the year is gradually coming to the mid, we are getting to the middle of the year. Yes, as June is finishing, you can go on a retreat. You can have a personal time to ask yourself, what have I achieved this year? What have I done? What did I do right? Give yourself the applause. What did I do wrong? What can I do to make the second half to be different from the first? What are the mistakes I made? What are the mistakes I made? What are the mistakes I made in the first half of the year that I will not make in the second half of the year? That is what it is. It will really, really help you. And then factor personal development into your mental fitness plan. Let it be part of you. In every month, ask yourself, okay, what aspect am I trying to get better? What aspect am I trying to get better? And then make plans around those areas. So still trying to let in our guest speaker, but I am accepting, but I guess it's the network. I am accepting her request, but still she can't join. I guess it's the network. I guess it's the network. Okay, so okay, so let me share lastly with us, what are the skills we need, probably skills that can help us to develop ourselves, skills that we need to become better. Don't forget that we said there are different areas that you need to develop yourself. We have mentally, which involve books, reading books, attending seminars, trainings that will inspire you. Yes, I'm trying to attend coaching sections that's going to build you up. We said another way to develop yourself is socially, so that you can be fit into the social environment. We are not only Christians to be for the church alone. So you go to church, you have your schools, you have your place of work, you have the markets, you have different places that you need to go to. So you are developing yourself so that you can fit into all of this space. Yes, so also we say we need to develop ourselves emotionally, build bounce back ability. When things happen to you, how will you bounce back? Prepare for it ahead of time. We are not planning for evil, but in case this thing happen, tell yourself, that your last 1k, that your last 1000, what if it gets lost? How will you react? How will you act? So by the time you ask yourself all this type of questions, and then you see that you are building that stamina. In case this happens, how will I react? In case, but God forbid, nobody is planning for a loss or anything, but what if it happens? How will I what will my life be like? Will I throw away everything and say, no, in fact, life has stopped, I will not go out again, I will not do this, you need to build bounce back ability. We said we need to develop ourselves physically too, which is our health. Your health is your wealth, so ensure that your health is in place. Also, we said we need to build ourselves spiritually, and which is the basis for every other one. Your spiritual life is very paramount, yet for your growth. So lastly, what are the skills that we should build? One, build communication skills. Learn how to communicate with people, learn how to interact with people. You shouldn't feel like, oh, you're in the crowd and then you're just keeping quiet. People are talking, people are contributing, people are doing one thing or the other, and you're just quiet just because you don't know how to talk. Learn it. You can stay in your bathroom, you can stay in your room to talk. Start just I remember then I'll be talking as if I'm hosting a show, as if I didn't even know I was going to be hosting a show. The Regional Woman Show started this year, and God just laid it on our hearts for us to do it. I didn't really think, but I'll just sit. I'll be saying, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen." You just need to learn that communication skills. When you get to a crowd, try to contribute. When you're in an occasion, a social gathering, don't say, because I'm a Christian, I'm intimidated, I don't know how to talk, I don't know how, let me not go and say something so that I will say the wrong thing. No. So be open. When you go to occasion, be open-minded so that you can interact with other people, build communication skills. Also build interpersonal skills. How to relate with people. When you meet people, both people up there and people that are down, not down, that's people that you know that are higher than you in either in the society, or people that are lower than you in the society, maybe at work or in one place or the other. You should build that skill. Also, get to build problem solving skill. How will you solve problem for people? Can people meet you and they say, this one is a problem solver? We know that if we get to this one, this person will solve it. In fact, recently a friend of mine his company are they go for trainings from one state to the other, all around Nigeria. And then he got to call me the first time and say, hey, my company is having a training, do you have a caterer, someone that can take the contract of catering for the occasion? And I said, yes, okay, I can reach 1, 2, 3 people. And then I sent it out and people reached out. He got back, do you have a photographer? I need someone for whatever. There's that trust that he can get across to me. He knows that for somehow I'll be able to connect him to someone that can do that thing. You should be able to solve problems for people. People should be able to reach out to you, and then they are sure that, yes, this one will be able to solve the problem for me. Also, build adaptability skills. You should learn to adapt. adapt. Don't say, ah, it's a new environment, I'm shy. And I remember when I came into Lagos around 2018, and then I had come into Lagos the first time, but that was a short visit for some days, and I left. And then I came into Lagos. I didn't know anywhere. I didn't know so many people here, but I started going out. I started I said adapting to the whole environment. In months, a year, you get to see, you not even imagine that this person has not been in Lagos before. Because the way I was, even the one, people will be asking me questions, and I'll be the one that is directing them, telling them, even coaching people as if I've stayed in Lagos all my life. I didn't stay in Lagos all my life. And then, but you just need to adapt. When you go to a new place, adapt, get to study the place, and then see how to adapt to it. Also, we need to build self-compassion, self-care, and self-reflection. Self-compassion, pity yourself sometimes and say, hey, Faith, I think you've stressed much, you need to rest. Then you should be able to take care of yourself. Say, it's you need to take care of yourself. You need to go make your hair. You need to go do this. You need to take care of yourself. You need to give yourself a treat. Sometimes you probably need to take yourself out. Just take yourself out somewhere. Just go stay, enjoy nature, buy something. For once, get yourself go out, get yourself probably shawarma and drink. Save. It won't kill. It won't kill you. So you get to save. Probably you could be saving probably 500 a month, and then you have 1.5 maybe in 3 months. You can save more than that if you're able. And then you just go buy a bottle of mineral, a cold drink. It gives you, or take yourself to the cinema. Just say, I just want to go watch a movie, relax my head, relax everything. So that's self-care. So you don't need to wait always for people to be the one to take care. There's nobody to take me out, or this or that. You can take care of yourself. Also, self-reflection. You should have a time when you can tell yourself. So trying to bring in our guest speakers, but I'm accepting, but I can't see her coming in. I guess the network is still very bad. So we should have a time. You should have a time that you can sit and then reflect and say, Faith, how is your life? What are the things about your life that needs to change? You should be able to think and say, Faith, if you called 10 people, what would they say about you? Self-reflection. Your actions, at the end of the day, you should be able to sit and say, what has my day been like? Have I been a blessing to someone? Have I done something good today? What was I able to achieve today? It will help you to go a long way. We need to learn conflict and conflict resolution. When issues are going on in your family, are you the one that will say, two of you fight, that mama, this one, you are always causing problem. Yes, fight. In fact, you're the one putting all the ginger and everything, and say, oh, you're the one that will say, hey, I know that, okay, this was painful, but please, can you forgive? You should be able to be someone that will bring what? Peace, that will resolve conflict rather than setting it up always. You should be able to be the one that, even if you are involved in it, let people be surprised. They are trying to make you feel bad. They are trying to make you feel very discouraged. They are lying on you. They are telling lies, everything. And then you're still saying, it's nothing. Don't worry, I forgive you. It's fine. And then be a wonder to people. Be a wonder to people. Also, we need to learn navigating change and uncertainty. For you to experience personal development, you need to have the skill to navigate change. You were thinking something will happen like this, but it did not happen like that. You were thinking your uncle will give you money for your fees, or for you to pay for something or the other. It didn't happen. You should be able to navigate. What else? What are other options? What can I do? That's why you need the Holy Spirit. As a Christian, you need the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is the one that is going to guide you and tell you, okay, you can get money through this way, you can do this through this way. He tells you, he teaches you. The Bible says he will guide us into all truths. All truths. Also, our time is fast spent. We need to learn, we need to build future mindedness. Think about the future. At the end of the day, how do I want my life to be like in the next 5 years? How do I want my life to be in the next 10 years? When I'm married, how do I want my marriage to be? Future mindedness. Prepare for the future while you are still in the present. Prepare for the future while you're still in the present. Have a mental knowledge of what you want your life to be in the future now, because it will help you cut a lot of things from your life. It will help shape you, the way you think, the way you act. If you know that, imagine that you have that knowing that you're to be the first lady of Nigeria. We're not talking about pride. We're not saying be proud. But that knowing will make you know that there are some people that you, some caliber of people you shouldn't work with. People that will bring down your reputation. People that will make you not to act the way, not to attain that position. You will act very well. And that is why in knowing that you are a child of God should help you a lot. When you think about it and you think about heaven and say, hey, I'm going to heaven, so for that I'm not going to do this. Even when the devil is trying to talk to you, the devil is trying to tell you, hey, do this, nobody's seeing you, just go ahead, do it, take that thing, act that way, drink that thing. You're telling the devil no, because I know where I'm going to. I have a future minded mind of where I'm going to. The Bible says if our hope is only on this earth, you see, we are all men most miserable. So if you have somewhere you're heading, you're not going to limit yourself to just think about the present. Also, you need to learn what? Organizational skills. Learn how to organize things. Learn how to organize things. I shared the post on Facebook I think about a week ago, on how I've been volunteering for some places. We have a session called the Young Professional Forum in my church, and then for our group, I came to this new group, and then there have been responsibilities have been coming, and I've been accepting it and all of that. And then our leader called me sometime ago and said, hey, would you like to join the ushering for the launch of Pastor W.F. Kumanyi? For those that know him, his book. I said, yes, I'm available. I joined. The next thing he called me, say, hey, Faith, I would like you to be to organize the team for the ushering of this person's wedding, like the protocol ushering team. I would just like you to. It was a wedding that we're expecting some leaders and all of that. I said, okay, sir, and by God's grace, we did it. And then some weeks back, he called and said, hey, there's a group of people, of which are key people. Yes, we had the speaker, the personal assistant to the president concerning media. He was in that occasion, and he called me and said, I would like you to head the protocol, organize people that will be in charge of that protocol. And then what am I trying to say? Organizational skills. You need to learn it. People need to see that you're able to do things before they can entrust it to you. You need to build it. You need to show it out. Show out what you are able to do. Also, you need to build a growth mindset. See, that one, I wish I can dwell here, but time is fast spent. You need to build a growth mindset. You need to renew your mind. Grow. Tell yourself, this is where, the fact that I'm here in this place does not mean this is where I'm always going to be. Start reading where you want to be. Start reading about that place. You're seeing yourself probably in the UK in the next 5-10 years. Start reading about it. The business you want to do, you want to own, you don't have the capital now. Start reading about it. Start thinking like that CEO. See yourself in the office, sitting with all your staffs, how you're going to do this, how you're going to be leading, negotiating things with your clients and all. Start building that. Start thinking into the future. Growth mindset. What am I becoming? Yes, I am becoming that thing. It will keep you on your toes. Also, you need to build teamwork and collaboration. You need to build teamwork, a skill of teamwork. For you to develop yourself, you need to build teamwork and collaboration. Our guest speaker is still with us. I'm still trying to accept and see if she can still join us. Okay, so you need to build teamwork and collaboration. Learn how to work with people in a team. Learn how to build, learn how to lead people, how to talk to people, how to delegate, how to learn it is going to, because opportunities are flying. For people to say there are no opportunities is not true. Opportunities daily are flying all around people, but probably they have not gotten the right attraction, the right qualities to attract those opportunities. Opportunities are daily flying, going around people, but they do not get it because they lack the qualities to attract those opportunities. So you should ask yourself, what are the things that have I not actually been positioning myself as able to do this thing? Could it be why this thing has passed? Because you should ask yourself, why is it that probably even at your workplace that you know something, you know how to do, but they're giving it to somebody, and probably the person they're giving it to, you know how to do that thing more than the person, and the person is actually maybe coming to you to ask you, oh, how am I going to do this thing? So maybe there's something you've not positioned yourself. Also, you need to build collaboration. Learn how to collaborate with people. When you have a work to do, learn how to collaborate, even in your business. Okay, I have this business opportunity, I don't know how to do this, or can we come together to do this? It will help you a lot. Also, build self-awareness. Build self-awareness. Build self. Who are you? What has God created you to do? What is it about you? Can you take out some time and just write out, oh, um I am this. Write your strengths, write your weaknesses. There's no one that doesn't have weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses. Write your strengths, write your weaknesses, and said, okay, how can I use my strength to cover up for my weaknesses? It's something you need to learn. Discover yourself. Discover yourself. Again, I said, discover yourself. So it's been such a time. Thank you all for joining me. Militia, thank you. Osheku Jacob, thank you. Mr. Sam Adeolu, thank you. Our guest speaker, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you everyone for joining. It's been a wonderful time. Yes, I hope you've been able. Can you drop in the comment section? Is there something that you've learned today? Is there any points that that was related to you as a person? Can you drop in the comment section? Yes, while we wrap up now. Okay, so lastly, we're going to do an exercise. You just do it for yourself. Think about yourself. Pick out the areas that you know that you've been lacking, that you need self-development, you need personal development on. Yours could be mentally, you've not read any book this year, no book this year. Yours could be also that you've actually not have the right communication skills. You need to build that. Who do you need to listen to? We have thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube. What videos do you need to go and start listening to develop yourself? Also, have you been weak emotionally? Can you bounce back if at the end of when there's a disappointment? We don't pray for disappointment, but just in case they come, can you bounce back easily? Also, apart from that, what's your social skills like? What do you need to learn? You need to learn how to interact with people. So you need to learn that. Thank you, everyone. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you. I really celebrate everyone for joining. I look forward to you becoming the best of your kind as you go to develop yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you.